you're going to learn 4 ways to lead by example that you can put into practice immediately. Leading by example means being a role model for the values and the behaviors and the expected standards and what's called for in the given situation. As we say in our book, it means to be a living example of what you expect from others. So let's assume for this video you're already a leader or you're headed in that direction. Here are the 4 tips. First, your words and your actions must align. They must be consistent. If you expect others to be on time, you must be on time. If you're saying you want people to treat customers well, you have to treat your people well. As they say, words are cheap. People will follow your behavior, your examples. Leading by example is the opposite of saying one thing and doing another. A long time ago, I worked at an organization where there were several top executives who worked off-site and only visited the offices in person once every few months. It was an odd leadership situation, to say the least. They had their meetings online with the other executives, and this was before Zoom, but the average employee didn't interact with these virtual executives very much. They never saw them in meetings, for example. They never worked alongside them. So when they did come to town, those virtual executives had almost no influence. They wanted employees to work harder, to increase quality. The problem was nobody had ever seen or witnessed those virtual executives work hard or do anything to improve quality. As far as most employees were concerned, they were all talk and no action. They had never led by example and demonstrated their character in person. In contrast, take another example. I was mentored early in my teaching career by one of the best researchers and publishers in my field. He was publishing 3 to 4 qualitative journal articles per year, which puts him in the top 1% of my field, communication. He was also my supervisor, the chairperson of the department. So when he said, here are the expectations for publishing, and he was exceeding those expectations, he was a living example of what he expected from others. That's instant credibility. Tip 1 is that our words and our actions both have to align with what we expect from others. Tip number 2, if you see a need, take action. Leaders are people of action. This is perhaps the easiest way to demonstrate your leadership when you don't actually have a leadership position yet. Anybody can do this. If you see an issue, a need, even a small little problem, take action. People will notice. I was at a diving competition with my wife a few months ago where there was a small problem. So she's the diver. I don't know a single person in this conference meeting room. They're all strangers to me, but they know each other really well. There's a really big meeting and the leader was on the microphone explaining how everything was going to work that weekend. But the microphone kept feeding back and it was starting to annoy everybody. So I used to be in a band and I know that one of the main causes of feedback is when the microphone is in front of the speakers, which was the case in this situation. So after a couple of those high-pitched squeals, I just calmly walked up to the side of the stage area and rotated the speaker about 6 inches so it was pointed away from the microphone. The entire thing took 20 seconds and it cured the feedback problem. As I was walking back, a few people thanked me, and all I did was see a need and take action. About 15 minutes later, when the talking part was over, another guy came up to me and said, I can tell that you know what you're doing. You fixed the feedback. I'm going to be playing some music soon, and I was wondering if you would give me your opinion on how it sounds. Even taking action on a small issue like that, where nobody knew me, was seen as others as a small leadership moment. In a more professional setting, if the room is too hot, turn on the air conditioner. Don't ask for permission. Just adjust the thermostat. If somebody's having trouble jumping in and contributing to a discussion, ask them for their point of view to make some room for them. Say, hey, Steve, you were about to say something a minute ago. What do you think? You can obviously solve bigger problems too. If there's some undesirable but important project that needs to be done, volunteer to tackle it and recruit some people to help. Every supervisor at every level has at least 1 or 2 issues that need to be handled, but nobody's stepping up to do yet. So tell your boss, if it's okay with you, I'd be interested in tackling X. Your supervisor will instantly notice, and you'll be leading by example. So be on the lookout for small and large needs. If you see a need in a situation, take action. Tip number 3, live by a personal code. A higher code than the organization or culture is asking of you. Leaders demonstrate inner strength that surpasses any organization's values. Now, most organizations these days do have a vision statement, a mission statement, core values. That's a start. But inside of every of those organizations that I've ever worked in, there are people who cut corners, do the minimum, or do small and ethically questionable things. That organization may even tolerate some of that and look away. But people notice, and acting like this will hurt your credibility and reduce your positive influence. What I'm saying is hold yourself to a higher standard than the organization will hold you to. It won't happen instantly, but people will notice over time, and it will make everything you say and do shine even brighter. One of the reasons so many people love the Mandalorian TV show is that he lives by a code that's higher than most of the people around him. Every time he's about to do something hard and self-sacrificing, he says, "This is the way." We look up to people who live by a code. That's leading by example. Tip 4, bring out the best in the people around you. When you find people who are willing, coach them, teach them, encourage them. Don't be bossy or give unsolicited advice, especially if you're not the person's supervisor. That will push people away. Just offer, invite, help, encourage, be available. And when you see somebody doing their best, compliment them. The best leaders, coaches, and teachers that I've ever seen invested in me and helped me move forward. Let me know what you think. What are some of the other ways to lead by example? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And feel free to take a look at the free mini class on the top 5 essential communication skills for professionals. There's a link to that class in the description below. Until next time, thanks, God bless, and I will see you soon.